50 Cent is one of the most successful rappers turned actors of all time. 50 Cent's output in the drama world the last decade has been phenomenal. Not only has he starred in major studio films and television series, but he's managed to produce, star, write and sometimes even fund a steady string of relatively successful B-movie crime thrillers. 50 has appeared in over 20 films alongside A-listers like Al Pacino, Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Willis, Ray Liotta, Viola Davis, and Robert De Niro. On top of that, his films have grossed a total of $303,304,740, and counting. "I don't want to put myself in a box, I did that with music," 50 said in reference to acting. Beyond the drug dealer or hitman, customary roles for rappers, he is persistently looking to expand his performing skills. The following column evaluates 50 Cent's very best acting roles. With many rappers such as the late Tupac Shakur, Will Smith, Ice Cube, Queen Latifah, Common, LL Cool J, Ice-T, DMX, Snoop Dogg, D.I., Cameron, Method Man, Andre 3000, RZA, Mos Def and Mark Wahlberg sliding into the acting world, 50 Cent continues to prove why he's one of the more dependable to make the transition. Setup: 50 Cent pointing his finger and laughing. Chris Trotman, Getty Images. Setup is a direct-to-video heist film directed by Mike Gunter and written by Mike Behrman and Gunter. It follows three friends, Sonny, 50 Cent, Dave, Brett Grandstaff, and Vincent, Ryan Phillip, who plan out an elaborate jewel heist. Their plans turned lethal when Vincent betrays the two, fatally shooting Dave and wounding Sonny. Sonny seeks revenge by teaming up with the most truthless mob boss in town, Bruce Willis, to recover the cash from the heist. 50 is both cunning and bloodthirsty in this hard-hitting action thriller. Setup marks the first feature film in a $200 million deal with the production companies Cheetah Vision, 50 Cent's film production company, and George Furla's hedge fund film partners. Streets of Blood. 50 Cent promoting 50 Central. Slaven Vlasic, Getty Images. Streets of Blood is a 2009 direct-to-video action film starring 50 Cent, Val Kilmer, Michael Biehn, and Sharon Stone. It's directed by Charles Winkler with a screenplay written by Eugene Hess, based on a story by Dennis Fanning and Hess. During the fury of Hurricane Katrina, Detective Andy Devereaux, Val Kilmer, stumbles upon the body of his former partner in a submerged warehouse. He goes on to join a newly transferred detective named Stan Johnson, 50, in an attempt to conclude a dispute involving looters. The picture ends on a low note, leaving no question about Devereaux's bleak future. However, for a rapper, 50 does play a convincing law enforcer. Righteous Kill. 50 Cent Righteous Kill premiere with Lloyd Banks. Fraser Harrison, Getty Images. Righteous Kill is a 2008 American crime thriller film directed by John Avnet, starring Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, John Leguizamo, Donnie Wahlberg and 50 Cent. Police psychologists re-examine recordings of a man, Robert De Niro, who claims to be Detective David Fisk, the Poetry Boy killer. The Poetry Boy earned the sobriquet for his modus operandi of killing criminals and leaving brief poems with their bodies. Fisk divulges that he looks up to his partner of almost 30 years, Tom Cowan aka Rooster, who the audience is led to believe is the character depicted by Al Pacino, considering him to be a role model. 50 Cent plays drug dealer Marcus Spider Smith, who attends a secretly supervised meeting with Fisk. Fisk demonstrates his innocence during an encounter with this drug dealer, as he has the wrong gun and undignified but obviously improper poem. Ultimately, it's Rooster who actually kills Spider. Either way, 50 gets murked. Home of the Brave. 50 Cent. Charlie Goulet, Getty Images. Home of the Brave is a 2006 American drama following the lives of 4 Army National Guard soldiers in Iraq and their return back to the United States. The movie stars Samuel L. Jackson, Jessica Biel, Christina Ricci and 50 Cent. Shortly after learning their unit will soon return home, American soldiers Lieutenant Colonel William Marsh, Samuel L. Jackson, Sergeant Vanessa Price, Jessica Biel, Specialists Tommy Yates, Brian Presley, Jamal Aiken, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, and Private Jordan Owens, Chad Michael Murray, are on their last mission, delivering medical supplies to an inaccessible Iraqi village. They are soon ambushed by insurgents. Home of the Brave is the first Hollywood film to analyze the experience of American soldiers returning from Iraq. 50 portrays a plausible soldier in this noble motion picture. Den of Thieves. 50 Cent at Den of Thieves movie premiere. Kevin Winter, Getty Images. Den of Thieves is a 2018 American heist movie written, directed and produced by Christian D. Gast. It stars Gerard Butler, 50 Cent, Pablo Schreiber and O'Shea Jackson Jr. The picture surrounds an elite group of county sheriff deputies looking to stop a gang of thieves preparing to rob the Federal Reserve in Los Angeles. 50 Cent plays Levi and Son LaVoux, one of the robbers who set out on the initial heist. In the film's most comical scene, Levi, 50 Cent, meets his daughter's prom date and introduces the teen boy to his friends. As expected, the date is scared out of his mind and promises to return Levi's daughter home unscathed at 11:30 p.m. sharp, a la Bad Boys 2. Southpaw. 50 Cent at Southpaw movie premiere. Michael Loxisano, Getty Images. Southpaw is a 2015 American sports drama directed by Antoine Fuqua and written by Kurt Sutter. It stars Jack Gyllenhaal, Forrest Whitaker, Rachel McAdams and 50 Cent. Billy the Great Hope, Jake Gyllenhaal, the reigning junior middleweight boxing champion, has a dazzling career, a devoted wife and daughter, and a plush lifestyle. However, when tragedy hits home, Hope hits rock bottom, losing his family, his mansion and his manager. He soon obtains a last-ditch savior in Tick Willis, Forrest Whitaker, a former fighter-turned-trainer. With his future on the line, Billy fights to reclaim his life and the trust of his loved ones. 50 Cent plays Jordan Maines, Billy Hope's manager and friend. Don't ask how, but 50 does an astounding job illustrating the phoniness and deceit that exists in the professional sports world. Before I Self-Destruct. 50 Cent. Ryan Pierce, Getty Images. Before I Self-Destruct is a 2009 American crime drama direct-to-video film starring 50 Cent, who served as a writer, director, producer and executive producer. The movie also stars Clifton Powell, Elijah Williams, and Sasha Del Valle. The story surrounds an inner-city youth raised by a dedicated single mother. When Clarence Jenkins, 50 Cent, dream of becoming a basketball player fails to crystallize, he finds himself employed in a local supermarket. After his mother tragically dies in a crossfire, Clarence is consumed by revenge and takes up a life as a hitman in order to support his younger brother, Shaka, Elijah Williams. All we have to say is, if you want to see 50 Cent go ham on the streets of NY, then this is a must-watch. 50 is well cast as a remorseless trigger man, armed with a sharp wit and a talent for keeping under the radar. Get Rich or Die Tryin'. 50 Cent at Get Rich or Die Tryin' movie premiere. Fraser Harrison, Getty Images. Get Rich or Die Tryin' is a 2005 American hip-hop biopic crime film directed by Jim Sheridan and written by Terrence Winter. The picture stars 50 Cent, Terrence Howard, Viola Davis, and Bill Duke. Similar to Eminem's 2002 film 8 Mile, the movie is loosely based on 50 Cent's own life. After losing his mother to homicide as a young boy, Marcus Young Caesar Greer, 50 Cent, begins working for drug kingpin Lever, Bill Duke, and his underboss Majestic. Although Marcus makes solid money selling, his dream is to one day become a rapper. After reuniting with a childhood love and later getting shot 9 times during a robbery, Marcus decides it's time to turn his life around. However, his former associates won't let him go so easily. Backed by 50's most personal performance yet, Get Rich or Die Trying has since become an urban classic. Power. Lala and 50 Cent for Power. Todd Williamson, Getty Images. Power is an American drama thriller crime TV series, created by Courtney Kim Pagba and produced by 50 Cent. The show stars 50 Cent, Omari Hardwick, Michael Rainey Jr., Naturi Naughton, and Joseph Sikora. The television series follows James St. Patrick, Hardwick, nicknamed Ghost. He is the owner of Truth, a favorite New York City night spot. He also happens to be the head of one of the city's largest illegal drug networks. Ghost battles balancing these two lives, and the balance overturns when he realizes he wants to get out of the drug ring in order to mature his legitimate business. 50 Cent's character, Kanan Starks, is what you call a straight-up beast. He's a powerful drug lord that exercises the perfect combination of manipulation, patience, intelligence, martial prowess, and gunmanship. All Things Fall Apart. 50 Cent at All Things Fall Apart premiere. Chris Scott, Getty Images. All Things Fall Apart is a 2011 direct-to-video film, directed by Mario Van Peebles and written by Brian A. Miller and 50 Cent. It stars 50 Cent, Mario Van Peebles, and Ray Liotta. Dion, 50 Cent, a star running back, attempts to make it through his last year of college while battling a deadly disease. His mother Bea is incredibly proud, and Dion is consistently showered with love and praise due to his athletic talents. His younger brother, Sean, is understandably envious, and Bea's boyfriend/Dion's surrogate father, Eric Peebles, sees the gifted running back as their ticket out. Even though Dion is battling cancer, he still tries to finish what he started. Losing the 50 pounds required for the role was a complex process for 50 Cent. The candy shop rapper dropped from 214 pounds to 160 in 9 weeks after liquid dieting and running on a treadmill 3 hours a day.